Happy November the 4th, 2024. The day before the election. I think it's a great time that we should go and walk through our neighborhood, see the varied people that are voting for who. I'm going to turn my camera around where everybody can see this. Hold on. We start with President Trump. Let's see who's next in our list of people. I'm going to make a political statement first. I just wanted you to know that here in Alabama, there are a lot of people, in at least the suburbs of Alabama, that are voting for the Trump ticket. We're going to make great again. We're going to make America healthy again with RFK Jr. We're going to make America efficient again with Elon Musk. Now, we do have Harris Waltz also. They are part of this as well. We have people in the neighborhood that are voting for them. It is not a contentious area at all. It's just the way it is. As we come over here, we got a few more people for Trump. Vance. We find Trump, Vance across the street. And we find Harris Waltz directly across the street from them. And everyone should have a right to vote for whoever they see fit. As I walk back down by the river, like we did yesterday, I just wanted to have some thoughts before this election, as it comes to be tomorrow. We do have a lot of disunity in this nation, a lot of concern that no matter who wins, the other side will not concede to victory nor to defeat. So as I'm going on my walk, I just wanted to say a few things about the election. Tomorrow is the big day. We've been listening to it for a year. Been lots of arguments, fights, name calling, certainly anything but unity. And my children asked me the other day, when's the last time I remembered unity in this nation? And it was hard to think about it, but I guess really right after 9/11, we all felt equally attacked. And we felt like we needed to bind together for the good of the nation. That's also when a lot of problems began. That's when the Patriots Act and the lack of privacy and all that came to be. So, that is bad things make you bind together, but then sometimes you begin to abuse the power and you want security over privacy and independence. So here we are in 2024. We have one candidate that, to me, is extremely liberal. She is more of a socialist type agenda. I don't like the way she ran the state of California as Attorney General. Then we have Trump, who, all I can say at the end of the day, when he was president in 2016 to 2020, times were better. We did have COVID. He did create some of the inflation issues by doling out money, but at the same time, when we first shut down, had that not occurred, there would have been so many people without jobs, without money, that would have probably starved to death in America. So I don't fault him for that. I also think he got a lot of false information from people like Dr. Fauci. So I think he did the best he could. But by the time he left office, COVID was pretty much a thing of the past, at least here in the South. Not necessarily the effects of it, but we we're going on about our lives here. And while some people died, every year people die. And I'm not making light of anybody that died during COVID from COVID. But I have so many friends in the nursing field that went as a traveler up to like New Jersey. And they said the people didn't die of COVID. They died because there was no help. They would need oxygen, which any patient with pneumonia or some sort of lung disease needs. They would get up out of the bathroom because nobody would help them. They'd take their oxygen off and they'd end up dying in the bathroom. So I know that's not universal as to why people died of COVID, but I'm just telling you there's more to the story than the media said. And I encourage you, if you know nurses that were there, that worked in the ICUs, especially up north, ask them. Ask them how it really was. Bad? Yes. But why was it? Was it just because of the disease process, or was it also the fact that we didn't have enough help? That there weren't enough nurses, there weren't enough ancillary help? You may have a nurse, but one nurse can't take care of everybody 24/7. So when Biden took office, he continued to dole money out to everyone with the Inflation Reduction Act. That was just another way to print money. So here we have inflation. I don't think inflation is under control. On Thursday, after the elections, the FOMC will meet, which is the Federal Reserve, and Jerome Powell will let us know we're going to drop interest rates by 25 basis points again, which is what the market expects. But to be honest, inflation's not under control. All we have to do is go to the grocery store and realize we are far from under control. So I don't know that it's best to continue to lower rates. We have to get rid of some of the debt in our economy. And that includes our national debt. So in saying all that about the economy, which we'll talk about more, we'll talk about the Federal Reserve again on Thursday and see what they say. So we're going to go back to the fact that the election is tomorrow. And there are so many people that are suggesting that we may have civil unrest, that nobody's going to want to agree to whatever the results are. You've got 50% of the nation wanting Trump and 50% wanting Harris. And it boils down to a couple of swing states, especially Pennsylvania. So I'm on call tomorrow, and because of that, it's in a downtown area in the South, and I felt that if I come home late after the results are in, who knows what may be happening? What if the roads are blocked? What if I can't get home? So I'm going to take an overnight bag, and it's got enough supplies for about 3 days. So in just a minute, I'm going to kind of show you some of the things I've got in this prepper bag. It's just to get home, or to have to stay at the hospital if needed. It'll change when the season changes. It's the fall, but it's 80 degrees right now, so I don't think I need blankets and jackets at the moment. It's not big enough. As I started putting it together, I realized I didn't have a hairbrush or a spare one. Maybe I want a hair dryer or something like that to put in there as well. But I've got enough in there right now that if something happened and I had to be there for 3 days, I could make it. So when I get up here to this little bench, I'm going to stop and I'm going to put it out for you and show you what I think is necessary, what you will want for your overnight stay. If you got stuck somewhere, it's probably going to be a little different. So hold on as I get to this bench and we'll sit and talk about it. First of all, as I show it to you, it's a backpack. It's a little heavier than I wish it was, but I've been carrying it this whole time that I've been walking, and it's been fine. So you want something that's not huge. Well, like I say, mine needs to be a little bit bigger, but that's a good way to have something you can easily get as you go out the door. So here it is, just sitting on the bench. Nothing spectacular. I've got 2 bottles of water on the outside because water is one of the most important things you'll ever get, and that you'll have to have. I've got some $10 bills here. I think I have 5 of them. I would like to have some ones, so I need to work on that. Because, if we have a power or cyber security, we may not be able to use our credit cards, debit cards, etc. So you want to have at least enough money to buy some food if things are open in a hospital. Probably they are, but also, you need to get gas. If the pumps are down because you can't put in power your cards, then you want that. Here's a pair of scissors. Now, these are trauma scissors, but sometimes you just need to cut things open. Sometimes you just need it. I guess you could even have it as a defense mechanism if you had to. I happen to like tea and stevia, so I've got a little pack of Earl Grey in there. I think in here I have something I probably need only in an emergency, but it's a knife. I got this off of Amazon. I think it was about $14. It wasn't expensive, but it's a good knife. And it has, just something you need to cut food if you need to protect yourself. And it's not a, lethal, ammo or anything like that. You've got a knife. Just the other day, I was at Sam's and got to the car, and if I could have just cut the bands off of the storage shelves that I bought, I could have got it in my little car. So you just never know when you need a knife. It's a very handy thing to cut cords, cut anything. All right, so now let's go to the inside of the bag. I take some medicines. I've got my inhaler, some nose spray in there. And I just went ahead and got 3 days worth of medicines to take. They're mostly vitamins, blood pressure pills. And then I got a little Tylenol in there. Got a little liquor in there, more for medicinal purposes. So, if you really got stuck, you might have to have that somewhere. You can even barter with it if it got really bad. And then I just went through some basic, this is what I wanted. I wanted shampoo, some spare makeup that I have so I don't look horrible, some body wash, toothbrush, toothpaste, blush, deodorant, just your basic stuff, some Q-tips. So that's what I wanted for my, just cleaning and stuff like that. Again, wanted some more tea, and I got hungry. I've got 3 things of Quaker oats in there that I can just put in some hot water in the microwave, assuming all that works. And at a hospital, you've got backup generator, so that should work. And some other little snacks. Another nice thing to have is some dry shampoo, just in case you can't get to the shower. I've got some underwear in here. We're not going to show you that, but it's in there. This is an interesting thing. You probably don't need it in this situation, but it's called a life straw. And with that life straw, you can suck water out of this river, and you're ought to be able to drink it. Now, I'm not going to do that right now, but just to let you know, if we're stranded in a car, we have a river that runs through our city. I could get to water and didn't have any, I could have some. So that's important to me. I also have a book in here, interestingly enough. It's the Grid Down Situation book, just for something to read. I got a small notebook in here because I like to write, and I would like to write down some of the things that I might be thinking about. I also have a little change of clothes in there, so that's kind of all I've got in there for now. And all that fit into this little backpack. Again, probably needs to be a little bit bigger, but until winter gets here, I think that's fine. Now, I do realize that the fact that we are having this election is what kind of started me thinking about all of this grid down stuff and how to get home. But there's other reasons to have this kind of supply that you can take out the door with you. In the city that I live in, about 10 years ago, there was an ice storm, and there was a flash ice all over the roads. and people were stranded at the hospital for 3 days. There was a lot of children. Busloads of children that were coming home from school got stuck and had to come there. The hospital kind of ran out of food. Lots of people, obviously, if you were there, you didn't have your medicine. I'm sure there's a way that they got it from the pharmacy, but overall, that's not that easy to do. So it's best just to have your own stuff with you. So there's other reasons besides, civil unrest. There's natural disasters that can happen, tornadoes that you could get caught in, flash floods, snowstorms out of nowhere. Those are the kind of things that are just stuff that you want to be prepared for. And this little overnight, 3-day away from home in an emergency situation, it's just nice. You'll want to change out your food from time to time and your water bottles, and add to it as you think about things. Like I said, as I started packing, I realized I don't have a hairbrush in there, so I probably need to go buy a hairbrush. And as you actually prepare, you'll realize there's things you just don't have a second thing for. So that's what I am doing to get ready for tomorrow, just in case. Hope I'm completely wrong. I hope that it's the smoothest election that's ever happened, that it's a landslide, actually in either direction, because hopefully that would keep it from being contentious and causing further civil unrest. So peace out for tonight. Be blessed, be safe, go vote in the morning or in the afternoon. If you hadn't voted, please, please, please take the time to vote. It's very important to do that, to make your voice heard. Again, be blessed, and I pray for peace, and I pray for your peace, your safety, your health, your wealth, and your relationships to all be well. Another reason that I'm voting for Trump is the inflation. They keep telling us it's like 2%, another 2%. Well, that's been going on since the beginning of Biden's term in office. The true embedded inflation is 26%. So that means we've lost almost a third of our buying power. It's robbing the middle class. That means if I make $100 in 2020, I can only buy $70 worth of goods. And I'm tired of that. I'm not saying it's all Biden's fault, but he sure has not stopped it. He hasn't improved it. It's not gone away. We did not have that under Trump. We had some of the lowest inflation rates that we had prior to Biden taking office. So anyway, it's the highest it's been in 50 years, if that tells you anything. So I know things run in cycles. I know it's not all Biden's fault. There's a team of people that somebody's been running the country. I'm not sure who it is, but it is as though they want to destroy the middle class. And I personally, it's my opinion, believe that Trump really does want to make America great again. And part of that is the working people, like myself, nurses, doctors, firemen, policemen, teachers, engineers, just the average people that make this country work. Plumbers, electricians, carpenters, salesmen. We don't work. This country doesn't run if there's not businesses to sell things. If we don't have insurance, we don't have patients come to hospitals. We can't pay our policemen and our firemen if cities don't grow. And you can't grow when you're having to pay 30% more for supplies, groceries. Added to that, increases in taxes, insurance costs. So that's one of the reasons, the main reason, I'm probably voting for Trump. And I want to secure our borders. So I'm voting for somebody, not against somebody. And I hope you can see it that way as well.